Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com. Well, I really appreciate the fact that so many of you have gone over to ClassicsToday.com to have a look at the revised site. We're still making little tweaks here and there, but reaction has been very positive, and I thank you all for having a look. And if you're an insider, well, today I begin one of the things I've been dying to do, comparing recordings of things. And this is part of a long-running series, Where's the Damn Tam Tam? So if you're an insider, go have a look, and we'll compare a couple recordings of Scheherazade to see why some have a tam tam and others do not. In the meantime, let's talk about the 5 greatest Britten recordings, shall we? Yeah, Britten, of course, was an amazing composer. I've heard in the comments some people don't like him. Well, get a life. You should like him. He was amazing. He wrote fabulous stuff and a goodly quantity of it. And the exciting thing about it, his legacy, I think, is that many of the best recordings are no longer the ones conducted by him. And that's always a good thing for a composer's health. It really is. And so now, here are the 5 greatest Britten recordings, some of which are recorded by him, but others of which are not. The War Requiem. Oh, well, the Britten recording is a classic, right? With Wisniewski and Fischer-Dieskau, and it's on Decca, and it's a whole thing. And it was very funny. What was it? Testament, I think it was, released the original premiere performance of the War Requiem conducted by Britten. It was a disaster. First of all, it's horribly recorded, but the performance is just a mess. It just so often happens with premieres of things. And they cleaned it up so much for the recording. It's kind of fascinating. But for my money, the best War Requiem, because of the sonic excellence as well as the fabulous choral singing, is Richard Hickox on Chandos. Boy, is this a powerful performance. And the sound will just knock your socks off. It's absolutely amazing. And there have been really quite a few very fine recordings of the War Requiem since Britten's own. So much so that while his will always be a, reference edition, that doesn't make it, I think, the best one anymore, or the greatest anymore. So there you go. Next, his piano and violin concertos. 2 terribly neglected works, absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. And they don't get nearly as much attention as they deserve. The piano concerto, I don't understand why. It's just brilliant. The violin concerto is wonderfully lyrical and bittersweet. It ends softly. That's maybe the issue. So Britten's own recording here is the one to get with Sviatoslav Richter piano and Mark Lubotsky violin. It's really, really excellent from in every respect. And there have been other fine recordings of these works since. There have. But are they better? No, I don't think so. And here's a case where I think it's wonderful to experience the 2 pieces absolutely fresh. Then there's Britten's ballet, The Prince of the Pagodas. It never achieved I think, the acclaim that it deserved. I think it's fabulous music. It's enormous fun, full of good tunes. It's a big, colorful, Orientalist classical ballet. Maybe because it's an Orientalist ballet, it's politically incorrect these days. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's just a fairy tale, basically. Britten, though, never recorded the complete work. He did make a recording around the time of the premiere, but it's with cuts. And since then, it's been recorded twice. But the best recording all around remains Oliver Knussen, on Warner. It's just, it was Virgin Classics, actually. It was a revelation when it first came out. First of all, he was an amazing conductor of contemporary music generally. And so anything that he does is worth having. He didn't ever make a bad record, but this is so much fun to listen to. It's like a Tchaikovsky ballet. You could just have a great time playing the whole thing all the way through. It's got fabulous sounds and terrific melodies. It's even got a big waltz, and oh gosh, it should be more popular. It really should be more popular. There is a suite, but the suite leaves out a lot of really good music. What we really need if we're going to do a short bit pieces is a better selection of music from the ballet. But it's a great piece. So it definitely belongs, and this is a great recording. hands down a great recording. Knussen's recording is phenomenal. Next, Billy Budd. Oh, I remember so much was it the John Dexter production at the Met, which came out when I was in high school. And I saw it a few times. And I remember on one of our Met trips, our high school did opera things where we would go to New York and see a couple operas every year. And this was one of them. And we did a backstage tour of the Met at the same time when this production was going. And we got to see the sets, sitting there on the side and all that. The set was just a giant boat. It's all it is a boat, and it opened up, in different up and down the elevators. And during the big battle scene at the beginning of Act 2, it all just like stretched out. You had all these people screaming, "This is our moment." Oh, gosh, it was phenomenal. So, and so is Britten's recording. It's an absolutely wonderful version of the performance of the revised version, the 2-act version. The earlier version has since been recorded by Kent Nagano. It has a little bit of extra music. I think the revision is really superior. And it really doesn't matter because that's what everybody does nowadays. There's only that one recording to document the original score. But Britten really knew what he was doing in this opera. It's just a powerful, impressive piece of music. It really is. And the thing that makes this opera so interesting is that, Britten always had issues with, let's just face it, heterosexual sex, or maybe sex generally. According to Peter Pierce, he was a very reserved, emotionally contained person. And, love songs and things like this. His love interests in his operas are always strange. They really are. I mean, there's Peter Grimes and Ellen, the schoolmistress. I mean, they never even hold hands. And, Owen Wingrave, his girlfriend is obnoxious and annoying. And, you just don't hear normal, love things. And finally, in Billy Budd, he got a plot that doesn't need them, which is absolutely fabulous. And even Claggart, the evil Claggart with his sort of homoerotic beauty, handsomeness, goodness thing, it's convincing. And it's evil, but it's not like, ugh. It's not like creepy evil. So yeah, Billy Budd's a fabulous opera because the plot really works. The story really works. It really suits Britten's, feeling for the downtrodden, the oppressed, the injustices of the world, and he sets it all to very, very moving music. And gosh, it's a powerful piece, and this is a great recording. And last but not least, what I consider to be Britten's greatest work, The Turn of the Screw, an opera which is also a theme and variations, exquisitely written for chamber forces, another fabulous story where you don't need a love interest. It's a ghost story. Henry James' ghost story. It's really, really cool. And, the ghosts are just fabulous characters. And the two little children who they get tormented, one to his death, are just, creepy, spooky. And oh my gosh, the music's powerful and it works so well on stage. What a brilliant, brilliant piece of writing it is. And I think Britten's, which is a mono recording, a fabulous recording of the original, from the original cast, is no longer the greatest recording out there. That is on Naxos with Stuart Bedford. And an absolutely spectacular cast that sings as well as Britten's does, but you've got better sonics, conducting that's just as precise, just as tight and exciting and dramatic. And it's magnificent. So if you want to hear The Turn of the Screw, and it's inexpensive on top of it all, it's a great deal, you can get Stuart Bedford on Naxos and be completely satisfied. So these, my friends, are the 5 greatest Britten recordings. Very interested to hear yours. If you are a Britten aficionado, let me know what you think and keep on listening. Thank you.